We got Kawhi news, which we will get into, because that just is not going to quiet down.
He's
right?
coming, man. He's coming.
Are you a believer that Kawhi Leonard's going to be a Raptor again?
No, I still don't. I still think this is people working behind the scenes that are like, take this to the next level. And Ballmer is just stewing in his basement, and then at the last second he's going to say, "Screw it, we want to resign." Because the last wording of all of these tweets and all of this information is, Kawhi's preference is to stay with the Clippers.
Yeah.
So that always gets my attention. That Kawhi's preference. He's going to find some way. I don't know. Maybe they do pull the trigger on it. It seems like it's gone more than like posturing and trying to use leverage, but I still think that's ultimately what it becomes at the final second.
Pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
Put it this way. He's letting Ballmer know he's talking to his ex. They're talking again. Like that's the way I feel like it. You know.
I know, and it just I don't even know why, but it's like Ballmer's going to just do what he's got to do to keep the guy. He's done it with everything else. Why would he stop now? He has gone so all in on this guy and given this guy – he got people to make up a fake tree company to give this guy cash on the side, and then he's going to bow out now, unless he's just completely sick of his antics and the not winning and the not doing what they were supposed to do, where he says, "I'm pulling the pin on this guy."
I think that is possible, that someone's gotten to the owner of the Clippers and said, "Hey, we haven't done anything in 7 years, and we need to reset." And by according to reports – of heavyweight insiders in the NBA, they are looking for youth in return, right? They're looking for young players to go back the other way. What I want to see happen here, because I have sold myself now on just bring Kawhi back, get him back. And I wasn't bitter when he left, but it was confusing when he left. Like, I shouldn't have been confused. He said basically the whole time, "I'm coming up for a year, and then I'm out of here." And he did that, and he went back to L.A. But when they won the championship, I thought to myself, how do you possibly leave now? Like, who leaves after you win a championship? But the idea of bringing him back, if you're going to keep Scotty, and you're going to keep, other core pieces, depending on what those look like.
Well, now some of the rumblings are Ingram would be the guy going out.
Well, that's who the Raptors would want to flip. And obviously, I would flip him in a heartbeat. I would personally drive him to Pearson. I'd drive him to L.A. If that's the centerpiece, of course you move off Ingram. We just saw what he did in the playoffs, and he's a good player. He had a good season, but Kawhi's Kawhi. I mean, Kawhi. I don't think the Clippers. I'm not convinced they have interest in him. They're looking for Murray Boyles, Jacoby Walter. They want some of their younger pieces, but this is where I want Bobby Webster to step up and let Kawhi know. Because the belief is Kawhi is kind of involved in all of this, trying to help the Clippers out to get more for his return. That was reported on today. I think Windhorst reported that. Like, "Hey, I'm out of here. I want to go, let's say, Toronto, but I don't want to leave you hanging here. I hope you can get as much as you possibly can for me."
Who does that?
No
as a
chance.
player?
Exactly. That's what I'm getting to. If you're Bobby Webster, you find a way to get Kawhi on the line. Or you find a way to get access to him. I don't know if the Clippers would allow that or not. And you tell them, "We're in, and we're going to make a reasonable trade that we think is reasonable. We're not going to be taken advantage of, and we're certainly not going to overpay for you. We got a contract for you. You come up and play and be fully invested. But we're not going to get stupid here. Like, no chance. Like, no chance are we overpaying for you, because you're not 29 anymore."
And we also don't want it to be stupid. We have a young budding superstar in Scotty Barnes. And if you want to come up here and do your routine of, I warm up in a different area. You've heard all the reports on this guy's personal routine that has been driving people nuts out there with the Clippers. It's insane. The demands, the whatever. It's crazy stuff. Do you want Scotty Barnes to put eyes on that? I've always said that. You let a young guy get an appetite for that stuff. It's crazy.
You might have to put some cameras at Christie Pitts as well to see if there's any tree planting companies or Uncle Dennis driving. Is it Uncle Dennis?
Uncle Dennis.
Uncle Dennis driving through. Like Steve Ballmer, if he just wants to snap his fingers, he's like, "I'm making this happen."
Yes.
But you're right. Maybe
but that would have happened
by
now, though. Is my thought. Now, again, he's got a year left on his deal. They'd have to work out the negotiation. But I would think if the Clippers, were going to continue to be in the business of Kawhi Leonard, I don't know if it goes as far. because I think Kawhi would want to stay with L.A., but it would appear to me as if, the Clippers would have rectified this. Said, let's not get it crazy. Let's figure this out. The money's crazy regardless. Yeah. And sure, you're trying to win $1 or $2 here or there for the cap, but for the most part, Kawhi's going to get paid. But the idea of him coming up here and possibly suggest, reportedly only willing to extend with the Raptors if he were to be traded here. Now you're pushing buttons, because if this falls through again, eerily, not the exact same as 19, but it's almost like, can you just let it go? Like either stay with the Clippers, come up here. I don't know if I could stomach the, man, it's right there. A report's going to come down. Like, it's going to happen. Kawhi's going to be a Raptor, because we were getting those 7 years ago. I think it was Jalen Rose went on ESPN. He said, Raptors, I'm hearing it. Raptors, he's going to the Raptors. Middle of the night, 2 a.m, hey, he just signed with the Clippers. So we'll see.
I think it's a red flag when a guy is involved in trying to make the package better for the team he's leaving. There's something about that I find to be insane. I can't even believe you just mentioned that.
Well, that was the insinuation. I believe Windhorst, again, Windhorst, like he may be doing one of the what's going on here, what's not going on here. But, if he wants to be in Toronto, well, he wants to be in L.A., but beyond that, if he wants to be in Toronto and he'll lock in long term, Raptors are a playoff team. Raptors are a pretty good team. You add Kawhi, if he can give you 60 games a year and be healthy in the playoffs, that is a game changer for them in the East. And, it would be quite the spark to the marketplace. Something to chew on, brought to you by Boston Pizza, Canada's favorite sports bar. Enjoy $15 lunch at BP, where you get an entree, a side, and a drink, and you'll get it all in 20 minutes or less. A fast lunch doesn't have to be fast food. See you for a $15 fast lunch at your local Boston Pizza. Asking the question, does Kawhi Leonard returning to the Raptors make up for him leaving in 2019? If he were to return, come back and sign a 3-year
Absolutely
extension.
not. Absolutely not. Does it make up for leaving in 19?
When your core was like,
you could have actually one we've ever done.
You could have doubled down the next year. Like, if you had the same team, you could have actually
also could have just never come back. Right? Also could have just said, I'm never going back north of the border, ever.
Oh, really? So he's coming back at 34? How good do you think this guy is now,
He was
honestly?
top 10 player in the league last year when he was healthy. He's still a legit player. He's just, he's older. He's not going to be healthy all the time. It's the Kawhi show. You know what it's going to be like. Bad toe, not playing for 2 weeks.
Keep in mind, though, I guess, in mind, you have to, as a manager, get ahead of when is Father Time just going to snap his fingers and say, this guy has 0 legs anymore. That's the what you worry about.
LeBron's 40, he's still playing.
I understand.
He's
that,
a different beast.
I get it.
I hear you. I would vote no on this as well, but it's better than nothing. Put it that way.